Awakening the Third Eye. Chapter number 6. Channel Release 2. The work on the etheric body. Before resuming our exercises on the channels of the etheric body, let us dwell on some of the aims of this part of the work. You must have noticed, and there is nothing surprising about this, that a strong awareness of the third eye tends to reinforce the vibration along the channels. The more you are in the eye, the more you feel the vibration in the meridians. This is very logical since the eye is the main switch of the body of energy. By operating the switch, you activate circulations of vibration all over the body. But the opposite is also true. When you awaken a strong vibration in the meridians, you can feel the vibration in your eye better. Often, just by rubbing your hands and stimulating the tingling energy in them, an immediate boost can be felt in your eye. The eye appears more tangible, denser, more crystallized and more active. There is a profound mechanism behind this simple finding. The etheric layer is not a bunch of disassociated patches, it is a coherent layer. It has a unity. All its parts are much more directly interconnected than the different parts of the physical body. Because of the fluid nature of the etheric body, any wave of vibration in one of its parts will resonate with the whole layer. So when you shake or rub your hands and awaken a strong vibration in them, the whole of the etheric layer is stimulated, and, therefore, so is the etheric part of your third eye. One of the results will be a boost to your clairvoyance. The third eye is made of different parts. One of its parts belongs to the astral layer, another to the etheric layer. It is only when all the parts are fully built and communicating with each other that your clairvoyance becomes reliable. Imagine a 1-meter long pipe. If even 1 millimeter of this pipe is blocked, then neither water nor air can flow through. You can't even see through the pipe. This is why, in order to develop your vision of non-physical realms, it is so valuable to proceed in this work of developing the etheric body. While implementing the practices on seeing, it is a good idea to do a few channel releases at the beginning and in the middle of the sessions. Later on, in the process of building the body of immortality, channel release will be resumed on a higher mode. The purpose will then be to infuse the consciousness of the higher self into the etheric layer in quest of the life spirit or trans-substantiated etheric body, one of the cornerstones of the glorious body. The present phase of channel release, even though humble, has a value in preparing for these summits to come by initiating a connection between the etheric and your conscious self. Zhu Xiaoyang, gallbladder meridian. For channel release on this meridian, rub a line from the outside of the foot to the side of the head, via the side of the leg, thigh, hip, ribcage, chest, in front of the shoulder, and the side of the neck. Search in the area indicated on the figure. As with all the meridians mentioned so far, this one is bilateral, meaning it has its exact equivalent on the other side of the body. Once you have explored this yourself, have a look at the notes in Appendix 1 for more details on the path and the connections made by this meridian. The full technique of channel release on a meridian: sit in a meditation position with your back straight. If you are on a chair, don't prop against its back. Keep your eyes closed throughout the practice. Rub your hands together for a few seconds. Then remain motionless with your palms upwards. Become aware of the vibration in your hands and in your eye. Implement the throat friction to amplify the vibration and to connect the palms with the eye. Make your hands straight and firm. Start rubbing along the line of the meridian with the bridge of the palm. Remain very motionless and become aware of the vibration in the line you have just rubbed. Connect the vibration in the line with the vibration in your eye. Use the throat friction to intensify the vibration and the connection. Then try to become aware of the natural flow of the vibration along the line. Once again, Connect this flow with your third eye and amplify it with the friction. Try to locate the path of this meridian beyond the area you have rubbed. Sense the energy flow in the hand or in the foot. Then sense it in the trunk, then the neck, then the head. Then try to enhance the flow by contracting the little hands of energy all along the line. The more you progress in channel release, the more this phase becomes the essential one. Repeat the whole sequence on the same meridian on the other side of the body. As you become more familiar with the process, you can also choose to rub both meridians quickly, one straight after the other. Then become aware of the vibration and implement the whole sequence on both sides at the same time. Tips: being able to move the vibration consciously by contracting the little hands of energy requires patient work. You have to persist until the feeling becomes clearer and more tangible. Practice daily, contracting the etheric muscles around the line, squeezing the energy into movement, and these muscles will grow stronger. In channel release, you first perform an action, such as rubbing a meridian. An after effect follows, a phase of connected stillnesses. It is during this phase that the most important part takes place, the movement of energy, the wave. The rubbing or any other movement is like throwing the net. Allowing the movement of energy during the motionless stage is like catching the fish. In the motionless phase, the art is to allow the energy to be set into motion. You are not doing anything. But still, it is not enough to do nothing for the wave of energy to arise. A yin skill has to be developed, like a passive magnetism, that allows the energy movement to take place. You can't do it, you have to let it happen. But if you don't do anything, nothing will happen either. In Taoism, the example is given of a woman who seduces a man. She does not do anything, she just is. And the man is drawn to her. But on the other hand, if the woman does nothing, meaning if she does not unfold her yin power, well, nothing happens. The man won't be attracted. The very same applies to the capacity to create waves inside your body of energy. You can't do it, but still you have to let it happen. I would suggest that you dwell on this principle and explore it during your practices, for it leads to vast realizations. In Sanskrit, one of the names for energy is Akti. It is described as a highly female principle. If you practice your exercises as you would dissect a rat in a lab, if you are too serious and cold, the force or Akti will find you boring and won't show herself to you. Approach the energy as you would approach a lover. Be warm and playful and the force will dance with you. Put all of yourself into the exercises, for she gets bored with lukewarm lovers. She only gives herself to those who give themselves to her. Variation without rubbing. Instead of rubbing the meridians with the palms, it is also possible to use the tips of your 5 fingers, with hardly any physical contact. Join the tips of your 5 fingers and rub them very gently against the palm of the other hand to stimulate the vibration inside them. Then instead of rubbing the meridian, move the joined tips of the fingers along it. Use a very gentle touch, hardly in contact with the skin, or even 1 millimeter away from the skin. But put all of yourself into this connected touch. As your sensitivity develops, you can also use only one of your fingers to stimulate the line energetically. An interesting finding will be that each finger awakens different qualities of energy inside the meridians. The sound of the vibration. Implement channel release on a meridian of your choice. Then in the motionless phase that follows the rubbing, while connecting with the vibration along the line, try to perceive the non-physical sound of the vibration. Don't listen with your ears, listen with your eye, between the eyebrows. There is something like a buzzing or the sound of a high voltage power line that goes with the vibration. Remember our major key to reach clairvoyance: feel the light instead of trying to see it. It is often when you stop trying to see that vision arises. In the same way, don't try to hear the buzzing sound, try to feel it. Be very motionless in your eye. As usual, do not concentrate. If you try too hard, nothing will happen. Cultivate an open attitude. Tips: wherever there is a vibration, there is a sound. The sound is like the higher aspect of the vibration. Actually, it would be more exact to say that the vibration is the lower manifestation of the sound. Truly, the sounds come first, and then they densify into vibrations. As this perception develops, the whole universe can be felt as a vast melody, materializing itself by the densification of sounds into denser and denser vibrations. This will lead you to a different reading of the first verses of the Gospel of John. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Through him all things were created. Zhu Tai Yang, urinary bladder meridian. Rub from the back of the heel to the back of the head via the back of the calf, thigh, buttock, and all along the side of the spine and neck. After fully exploring this path of energy, you can have a look at the notes in Appendix 1 for more details. More than ever, the name urinary bladder, given to this meridian, is a hoax. The functions of Zhu Tai Yang are multiple and vast, and certainly not limited to the bladder. In particular, along the sides of the lumbar and thoracic areas of the spine, one finds on this meridian several extraordinary acupuncture points that govern some highly spiritual functions. If you become more expert at channel release, it will become possible to enter those points and explore their functions from inside, and not merely from books. Practice. Repeat the whole sequence of section 6.3, this time on the urinary bladder meridian. This meridian is located on the side of the spine, not on the spine itself. Do not rub the spine itself. Rubbing is a gross and preliminary way of moving vibration. The energy of the spine is extremely subtle and can easily be disturbed through manipulation. It is always preferable to activate the vibration in the spine from inside rather than through massage or physical contact. The more open you become, the more I would recommend that you avoid having your spine touched too readily by practitioners of various kinds. If some therapeutic touch has to be implemented, such as osteopathy for instance, I recommend you choose somebody who really knows what they are doing, not only in their own discipline, but also in the field of energy. The cosmos in your hands. From here, we'll go through a few practices showing how the hands can be used to attune yourself to spiritual connections. Practice positioning the hands to modify the palm energy. Sit with your back straight. Keep your eyes closed throughout the exercise. Phase 1. Hanging resting. Rub your hands together for 10 to 20 seconds. Then become motionless with your palms upwards. Don't rest your hands on your knees. Keep them suspended in the air, palms upwards. Become aware of the vibration in your hands and in your eye. Implement the throat friction to connect the palms and the eye and to intensify the vibration. Then keep the same awareness and friction, but rest your hands on your knees with the palms still facing upwards. Sense the vibration in your hands and compare with the former position when the hands were in the air. Stay half a minute with your hands on your knees. Then lift up your hands again, back to the original position, palms upwards. Compare the difference in the vibration in the palms. Keep going from one position to the other, each time comparing the quality of energy. Phase 2, palms up, palms down. Sit up with your back straight, palms upwards. Do not rest the hands on your knees. Take half a minute to strengthen the vibration in the hands and its connection with the eye by implementing the throat friction. Then turn the palms downwards. The hands are still suspended in the air, and you are still breathing with the friction, but now the palms are facing downwards. Sense the quality of the vibration in your hands and all over your body. Then go back to the first position, with the palms upwards. Sense the quality of energy in your hands, and compare with the former position. Sense the general feeling inside yourself, and see if you can perceive any difference with how you felt in the former position. Keep swapping from one position to the other, sensing and exploring your feelings. Tips: the more you become attuned to the perception of energy, the clearer it will become that it's not only the quality of vibration in your palms, but the energy in your whole body that varies from one position to the other. The flavor inside, the atmosphere of consciousness, changes completely. In the beginning, these variations may seem subtle, but as you progress they will become more and more tangible and distinct. This leads to a science that aims at inducing particular states of consciousness by tuning into different positions of the hands and, more generally, of the body. Elements of this lore have been incorporated in the rituals of all the traditions you encounter on the planet. For instance, these gestures of energy are called mudra in Sanskrit. As you may judge for yourself, while going through these exercises, it is only if your perception is open that the gestures of energy will yield their real effects. Let us explore two of these very traditional gestures. Gestures of energy. Sit with your back straight. Rub your hands for a few seconds, and then become motionless with your palms upwards. Become aware in the eye, aware in the hands. Breathe with the throat friction. Become aware of the vibration in the hands and the vibration in the eye. Sense the general quality, the flavor of your energy. Phase 1. Join your hands, as in a prayer position. Become aware of the vibration in your hands and in the whole body. Stay half a minute in that position. Then go back to the original position, palms upwards. Keep on alternating from one position to the other, comparing your energy. Observe what disposition of consciousness arises when your hands are joined. Phase 2, Jna Mudra. Refocusing. Go back to the position with your palms upwards, not resting on your knees. Engage the throat friction to amplify the vibration and connect the hands and the eye. Spend 1 minute, then bend the index fingers and join them to the thumbs in the position called Jna Mudra. Use the throat friction to amplify the action of the gesture. Continue sensing the variations of energy inside yourself for 1 or 2 minutes. Then resume the position with the palms upwards. Spend half a minute amplifying the vibration with the throat friction. Feel the quality of your energy. Then take Jna Mudra again. Go on alternating the positions, exploring the changes inside yourself. How does your energy vary? How does your consciousness vary? Phase 3, the action of Jna Mudra on the lungs. Keep the same gesture of energy, Jna Mudra is described in Phase 2. Always keep your eyes closed. This time become aware of the vibration in your lungs at the same time. Go from one position to the other and try to feel how the vibration varies inside your chest. Then try with Jna Mudra, index and thumb joined, in the right hand only, and the other hand flat. Awareness in the eye, awareness in the chest. Continue for half a minute. Compare the energy in each of the lungs. Then swap. Take Jna Mudra with the left hand and keep the right hand flat. Become aware of the vibration in the eye and in each side of the chest. Compare with the former position. Keep on going from one position to the other for a few minutes, exploring the variations of energy in your body in general and in your lungs in particular. Tips, tricks and traps. The prayer gesture of phase 1 often gives the feeling that your energy is more concentrated, more vertical, like a column. I have noticed with many people that this Jn Na Mudra, literally, gesture of knowledge, seems to have a direct action on the energy of their lungs, which fits rather well with the fact that in acupuncture, the lung meridian is said to terminate on the thumb. Students often describe the vibration in their lungs as more intense or denser, reinforced, more closed when the gesture is implemented. Now, a riddle: some people seem to find it easier to breathe when they do Jn Na Mudra. Others, on the contrary, find it a little more difficult to breathe. How can this be so? The answer is in section 6.13, at the end of this chapter. The energy between your hands. Sit up with your back straight, your hands facing each other in front of you. At no point in this exercise do the hands touch, there is always space between them. Become aware of the vibration in your eye and in your hands. Breathe with the throat friction to amplify the vibration and connect the hands to the eye. Then become aware of the vibration in the space between your hands. Start moving the right hand slowly towards the left, as if the right hand was pushing the left one through vibration. The left hand moves to the left, gently repelled by the pressure of the vibration coming from the right hand. Go on moving the two hands to the left very slowly. Then change direction. The left hand starts moving to the right, repelling the right hand through the vibration. Keep on using the throat friction to intensify the vibration between the hands. After moving the two hands to the right extremely slowly for 1 minute or so, change direction again. Start pushing to the left, repelling the left hand with the vibration coming from the right one. Repeat the practice in a vertical direction, with your right hand above and your left hand below. Move the hands up and down very slowly, repelling one with the other, following the same method. Maintain the throat friction. Watch the field of vibration between the two hands. Then extend this exercise to various directions of space. Cosmic antenna. Sit up with your back straight, your hands facing each other, as in the last exercise. Then turn the palms upwards. Sense the difference in vibration in your hands and in your eye as you go from one position to the other. Then place your hands and arms in different positions in space, any position that comes to you. But move slowly and consciously. It is like a motionless movement that takes you from one position to another. In each position, a different frequency of vibration is generated inside yourself. Your field of consciousness changes flavor, depending on the orientation of your hands. Go on playing with your arms for a few minutes, exploring how different positions create different inner states. Then stand up and start moving your whole body, slowly, going from one motionless position to another. This practice introduces a completely different approach to movement. Each position is now perceived in its relation to the cosmos. You do not move your body only to perform particular actions, but to tune into different frequencies of energy and consciousness. The body becomes like a cosmic antenna. Once you step into this state of perception, you realize how rich and vast you are. Can you imagine how magical it is to dance according to these principles? This practice is excellent to work on inner sound. If you are ND as you change positions, tune into the sound of the vibration in the middle of the head, behind the point between the eyebrows. A real melody will be revealed to you as you go on dancing, the harmony of the spheres. Ribsage practice. Let us resume channel release with an invigorating exercise. Sit with your back straight. Be aware of the vibration in the eye. Breathe with the throat friction. Then implement a vigorous rubbing of the ribsage with the palm. Rub vertically all around the ribsage for half a minute. Then use your fists to stimulate the back of the ribcage on the sides of the spine. But do not rub the spine itself. Then remain motionless and allow the movement of energy. This exercise gives good results in dissipating the anxiety that always tends to accumulate around the solar plexus. It also helps you gain more conscious control of your diaphragm. As well, it is quite efficient in waking you up in the morning or at any other time. Zuyang Ming, stomach meridian. To work on this meridian, rub the dorsal side of the foot, then the front part of the ankle, leg, knee, thigh, to the inner part of the groin. Then on a line from inside the groin to the nipple. Repeat the complete practice of channel release on this meridian. So now we have experienced 6 meridians. The 3 yin of the hand and the 3 yang of the foot. In order to develop your perception of the vibration and to reinforce your etheric layer, I suggest that you keep on practicing channel release on these 6 meridians every day for a few months. As explained at the beginning of this chapter, it is not so much a local effect that is sought from these particular exercises, but rather a general awakening of your etheric layer, which will foster the opening of your vision. Readers with a special interest in etheric energy and healing are referred to acupuncture manuals for more on the meridians. Applying your perception of energy to acupuncture points will give spectacular results. It will be like activating little chakras all over your body, creating all sorts of movements of energy. Start with points that are big and easy to find, such as colon 4, colon 10, colon 11, stomach 36, Jn Na Mudra, and the energy in the lungs. Suppose there is too much energy in the lungs. By doing Jn Na Mudra you add even more. Therefore, it may suddenly become a bit more difficult to breathe. Adding energy where there is a fullness makes symptoms worse. This is a very basic principle of Chinese medicine. On the other hand, if there is a deficiency of energy in the lungs, by adding more vibration you make the person feel better and able to breathe more easily. This very sensitive test may help you detect whether there is a little too much Qi or not enough in your lungs. Try this exercise a few times, leaving a few days between each, before you make up your mind. This is the end of Chapter 6 of Awakening the Third Eye by Samuel Sagan MD. Break time equals 2000 milliseconds. Please listen to this recording minimum 3 times for better and long-term results. If you like this recording, please comment and share it with your friends and loved ones. Stay tuned for listening more books like this. Thank you and good luck.